Welcome back in. Welcome back in. It's your boy Mike coming back at y'all for week 12 as we get ready to head to Lumen Field to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Now on a 3-game slide, Arizona is struggling for answers at this moment in time. Just have not been able to get things together offensively over the last few weeks. Glenn Roberts just has not been able to find that mojo that he somewhat had earlier in the season. As you take a look right now, we're going to go through a drill with him. At the beginning of the year, he was having up and down performances, but over the last 3 weeks, it's really seemed like it's been all downhill. Has had trouble moving the ball, has had trouble getting into the end zone, has had trouble in the red zone, and it has not been a winning recipe. This defense gives up the most points per game at about 36 a game, which is unacceptable. We were one of the worst defenses in the league last year, but not nearly to the point that it is or that it has been so far this season. We have held one opponent to under 34 points. One, the entire season. And that there's just no way to consistently win those types of games, especially when your quarterback play is so up and down. With the change in defensive coordinator, we figured that there would be some regression to the mean, but in a positive way, and that just has not been the case. The first-year defensive coordinator has struggled mightily. Find it unlikely that he'll be back with the team next year. But that's not something that we're going to go ahead and ponder just yet. For now, man, we need to go ahead and get ready to march into battle against the Seahawks, a team that has not beaten us in this series yet. And we hope to keep that same thing going this week, but we will have to do so without the services of Rondale Moore, who suffered a quad strain in practice this week and will not be able to play. So that'll be definitely tough replacing him. KJ Hamler going to be the fill-in there in the slot as we prepare to take on this matchup. As you see, Lewis Cine getting an upgrade here. And, just while Lewis Cine is on the screen, cannot be more disappointed in what we've gotten from Lewis Cine. Now, when we traded for him in that Kyler Murray deal, we did know that coverage was something that was going to be an issue for him, but we didn't realize it was going to be to the point where he was not able to cover anyone. And that's exactly what has been the case, whether it be a running back, tight end, wide receiver. Lewis Cine has struggled mightily in the coverage department. One of the leading tacklers on our team, but when a lot of those tackles are coming after the catch because you allowed your man to get the ball, it's really, really difficult. Andrew Stinson, one of our first round picks, he has not blossomed in the way. Of course, he did have the pick six against the Rams last week, but overall, he has not really blossomed in the way that we thought he might. Greedy Williams has regressed a lot from last year. Jalen Johnson is still having struggles in coverage. We know what the struggles are with Glenn Roberts. First round defensive tackle Juan Drummond has not provided a whole lot for us. And Keegan Buchanan, who's moved over to left guard, which is not a quote unquote sexy position, hasn't really had a whole lot of highlight moments. But let's go ahead and take a look at this Seattle team. Geno Smith, Kenneth Walker, Andy Janovich, of course, DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith, and Jigba now overtaking Tyler Lockett on that depth chart. Calvin Austin down there as well. He's had a few big plays against us in the past. Noah Fant and Will Dissly, the top two tight ends, with the rookie Kevin Mills sat there at third. Charles Cross at left tackle, Nick Leverett at left guard, the rookie George Huntley at center, Michael Schofield right guard, and at right tackle, Abraham Lucas. Jaron Reed manning one spot, Draymond Jones on the other side. Those will likely be the top two Interior players, Uchenna and Nwosu, going to be on one edge. Devin Bush and Damian Wilson, the two middle linebackers here in this one. And the rookie John Bishop, now a starter. Tariq Woolen, Devon Witherspoon, and Mike Jackson, the top three corners. Kobe Bryant likely to get a bit of time as well. Quandre Diggs and Jamal Adams, the safety tandem, with Jason Myers and Michael Dixon as the special teams duo. And now here he is, the man of the hour. It's Glenn Roberts. Up to this point in the season, 3,076 yards, leading the league with 28 touchdowns as well, and then 23 interceptions. Not anywhere close to the numbers that you'd want to see from a turnover perspective. And he's going to be looking to make things right here in this game as they start the game off under center for Roberts. Ty Davis-Price going to get the initial carry as he has a good gain up to the 32-yard line, but DJ Humphries is down on the play as you see him struggling to walk off the field. Trainers right behind him. 1st and 10 now. Roberts rolling out. Pressure in there from Jamal Adams, trying to find KJ Hamler, unable to do so. KJ Hamler looked like he might have had a walk-in touchdown had he been able to find him there. Instead, it's going to be a 2nd and 10, now a 3rd and 9 after nowhere to go for Ty Davis-Price on 2nd down. And as you see, DJ Humphries lost for the game. John Gaines going to go ahead and fill in for him now on that left-hand side as Glenn Roberts looking for Chase Claypool overshoots him along the sideline. They would punt it away. And now here come Geno and this Seahawks offense. Geno Smith up to this point for the 2-8 Seahawks, 2,546 yards, 15 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. You know, if we thought that our interceptions were a problem, at least our quarterback has thrown, more touchdowns than picks, although that's something very small to hold your hat on when you're in the midst of a 3-game slide. As Kenneth Walker going to get the give here, first play of the game for Seattle, only 1 yard there for the young running back. Going to force them into a 2nd and 9. Kenneth Walker going to remain in the backfield. Geno Smith lobs one up for DK Metcalf right over the head of Zaven Collins, and he gets it right onto him. A pickup of 29 yards there. Geno connecting with his big-bodied wide receiver, big speedy receiver, DK Metcalf, able to fit it into a really good window right over Zaven Collins. And he initially broke the tackle of Jalen Thompson, but fortunately was brought down. However, not before he made it into Cardinals territory, as here's Kenneth Walker up the middle, and there's Lewis Seen, who we were talking about a little bit earlier, in there to make the tackle. Seattle now at the 35-yard line, and Geno going to remain under center, going to hand it off to Kenneth Walker again. Kenneth Walker breaks the tackle as Zaven Collins gets around Jalen Johnson, able to break off of the tackle of Andrew Stinson, gets out of bounds, and able to make it to that first down marker. That was not quite a display in tackling that you want to see from this defense, as Jackson Smith-Njigba gets the pass right side with Jalen Johnson in coverage. His first catch of the game, gain of 13 yards. Now 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Here's Geno dropping back, setting his feet, finding his man, Smith-Njigba once again. Now 2nd and 3, and they're inching ever closer to that end zone and the opening points of the game. As here's Geno going to hand it off. Kenneth Walker. Walker makes a move to the left side and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle Seahawks. What a drive. Very methodical going down the field. Big play from DK Metcalf to open it up, and then Smith-Njigba, a couple of big catches, Kenneth Walker, a couple of nice runs, and they pay it off with the score, and they would take a 7-0 lead halfway through the first quarter. Now Arizona back on the field. Roberts going to start off under center, going to hand it off to Davis-Price again, gets some nice blocks, makes a move to the outside, brought down there at the 30-yard line, but not until he gets a gain of about 13 yards down to the 30-yard line, as here's Roberts going to fake the handoff this time, going to hit Trey McBride on the run, and McBride bounces off a tackle, goes out of bounds, gain of 22, first completion of the day for Glenn Roberts, and it goes to Trey McBride. Now 1st and 10, fresh set of downs. Roberts going to look deep. It's Rashad Bateman, has him, and Rashad Bateman is able to haul it in through the double coverage. Rashad Bateman. Man, cannot say enough about this guy. I don't know where we'd be without him. Gain of 37 yards. Quandre Diggs there in coverage. Devon Witherspoon there in coverage. Rashad Bateman says it doesn't matter. He's ready for the smoke. He's ready to put this offense on his back, and he sets them up for a wonderful 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. We'll see if Arizona can take advantage as, again, another play-action fake. Roberts rolling, nowhere to go, gonna just throw it away. Had a defender chasing him, decided to just go ahead and take the safe play. Didn't want to risk throwing a bad ball, as this time Roberts' pocket collapsing. He's going to take off and run up the middle, gain of 7 yards down to the 3-yard line. Now a 3rd and 3. This time 2 tight ends in, going to have 1 receiver on either side. Ty Davis Price in the backfield. Roberts going to be blitzed. Jamal Adams quickly off the edge, forces the ball out of Roberts' hands quickly, nowhere to go with it. And on 4th down, they are going to keep the offense out there. Roberts making some adjustments, going to let go quickly with pressure in his face. Damian Wilson forcing the ball out of Roberts' hands, forcing an errant pass. Rashad Bateman gets absolutely lit up at the end of that play. And Seattle now back with the ball at their own 3-yard line. As here we go, 1st and 10. Geno going to drop back. Geno scrambling out on the left side. BJ Ojolari trying to get him down. He forces the slide. Gain of 3. Now going to be a 2nd and 7 with 2:40 now remaining in the first quarter. This time around, Geno going to hand off. No, he's not. He's going to fake it to Kenneth Walker and going to dish short. On the left-hand side, that time it is Will Dissly. Now on a 3rd and 3. Geno with a bunch formation to the right. DK by himself. Going to get it quickly out to Noah Fant. And Fant is hit by Zaven Collins. Great coverage there. 4th and inches. Forces the punt. Arizona's offense back on the field. Glenn Roberts going to take the snap in the shotgun. Going to look across the middle of the field for Rashad Bateman. Going to find him there down to the 37-yard line. And seemingly the only player who's been able to create any separation for consistent targeting from Glenn Roberts, as Ty Davis Price going to get it this time, and he is going to be dropped by Daquan Jones there for a loss of 4. Now, first quarter winding down, less than 10 seconds. Glenn Roberts going to throw over the middle and intercepted by Damian Wilson. Roberts never saw him. He recognized the blitz out of the slot from the corner, thought he was going to have a wide open lane to get it there to KJ Hamler. Instead finds the veteran linebacker Damian Wilson, and Seattle now going to take control of the ball once again, as here's Geno going to look short for Smith and Jigba once more. And that is going to do it for us here in the first quarter. 7-0 ball game, and Arizona has had plenty of offense going so far, just haven't been able to pay it off with points. Big turnover there at the end of it with that Roberts interception to Damian Wilson. Now here they are, 2nd and 7. Geno Smith looking for DK Metcalf, picked off by Greedy Williams, and he has space down the right sideline. Greedy Williams dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona Cardinals. Greedy Williams, recognizing that his offense throughout the first couple of series haven't been able to get a whole lot going, he decides to channel the Greedy from a season ago, picking off an errant Geno Smith pass, running it back into the end zone for Arizona's first points of the day. And just like that, you're looking at a 7-7 ball game. As here's Seattle now back onto the field, trips to the left. DK Metcalf lined up right on the inside. And Geno's going to look to the right for Noah Fant. Lewis seen in coverage, brings him down, not able to prevent the catch. Going to force a 2nd and 2 now. On 2nd and 2. Here's Geno calling out to his offense, making sure they're aware of what's going on. Going to look quickly to DK Metcalf, hit quickly by Jalen Thompson, but able to hold on to that one for a fresh set of downs, keeping the sticks moving. Now here we go again. Another quick pass, right side. This time it's Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Jalen Johnson putting a big hit on him. His third tackle of the game. 1st and 10. Geno, 2 receivers each side, rolling out right. Gonna look short, and that's Noah Fant once again. Lewis Cine, again the closest defender, knocks him out of bounds after a gain of 7. They're now at the 39-yard line of Arizona, as here's Noah Fant for another play on this possession, getting right across that first down marker. They're going to continue to keep things moving. 1st and 10 now. Geno Smith gonna look left side. It's Fant once again. And Noah Fant clearly with no answers from this defense. Geno continuing to look his way. After not much going on 1st and down, it'll be a 2nd and 9. Geno Smith under center, gonna take the snap. Gonna look left side for DK Metcalf, and he dives over Andrew Stinson. Attempted to make a cut stick tackle on the big receiver. DK recognized it all the way. Dives right over top of him, gets into the end zone for another Seattle score. And they push their lead now up to 7 points once again. It's 14-7 with 5:43 left here in the opening half. Here's Antonio Gibson getting the give, going left side, makes a move. Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs in pursuit, but he is going to be brought down there by Daquan Jones all the way upfield. Very interesting that he was able to make it that far up the field. But here we go. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Going to give to Gibson once again. Good blocking there. Able to hold off the tackle and push ahead for the first down. Kobe Bryant not able to hang with the power of Antonio Gibson there. As here's Glenn Roberts. Gonna put one up deep for Rashad Bateman, who was wide open for the touchdown. Overthrows him on that occasion. Now going to be 2nd and 10. Roberts under center once again. And this time he's going to look for Bateman and find him. Brought down there by Quandre Diggs at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10. Time continuing to tick down. Now under 4 minutes to go. As here's Roberts dropping back, looking deep for KJ Hamler, who has a step and overthrows him as well. Mike Jackson in coverage wasn't going to be able to make a play on that ball, but here's Roberts on the read option, keeps it himself. Roberts makes a move, gets around, tucks his head down, and able to get a gain of 25 down to the 3-yard line. Risky decision there, not taking a slide, but they will go ahead and line up for the 1st and goal. Here's Ty Davis Price trying to push forward. No gain, dropped at the line of scrimmage, leading to a 2nd and goal now. And here on 2nd and goal, going to have 2 receivers each side. Davis Price in the backfield alongside Roberts. Glenn Roberts going to be sacked by Jarran Reed. Jarran Reed getting into the backfield very quickly, making the decision for Roberts very difficult, as he didn't have pretty much anyone open on that one. Maybe could have had the check down to Ty Davis Price. Likely would have been shut down quickly. But here's a 3rd and goal now from the 14-yard line. Glenn Roberts going to have 3 receivers right side. Roberts looking deep. Rashad Bateman pass knocked away. They'd settle for a field goal, making it now a 14-10 ball game with just under 2 minutes left in the first half. And he's going to find on the right side. That's Noah Fant again. Fant continuing to just do whatever he wants to this defense. 6 catches, 58 yards now for the tight end of Seattle. As here we go, out of the backfield, Kenneth Walker, Lewis Cine there to bring him down. And after nothing happening on 2nd down, 3rd and 6, Arizona's defense looking to get off the field, and they will do just that. Stinson breaking the ball up there. Well, really a bad pass from Geno, but Stinson the closest defender in coverage. And here we go, Roberts. They were trying to make something happen here before the half. Instead, he's going to get sacked, forcing a long 2nd and 16. Roberts going to go ahead and hike the ball quickly once again, and he is going to look deep. Here he is, Rashad Bateman, who again had a step, and Roberts just has not been able to connect with his receivers. deep for anything this game. 3rd and 16, bringing Elijah Higgins across the formation. Going to hand off to Davis Price. Bounces it outside. Getting a good block there from Chase Claypool. Gets brought down. Going to lead to the end of the first half, and it's 14-10. Both offenses running the same amount of plays with 26. The ground game doing pretty well for Arizona, but once again, the passing game just has not been in a great spot. But let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on around the league as here we go. In Santa Clara, it is the Niners with a 14-10 lead over the visiting Rams as Brock Purdy, 2 touchdowns, 111 yards. Kirk Cousins, 12 of 19 for 139 and a score himself. Over there in Kansas City, you got Denver coming into town, and they got walloped 35-14. Patrick Mahomes not breaking a sweat, 258, 3 touchdowns. Isaiah Pacheco, 2 scores on the ground. And look at Tim Patrick leading the way for Denver, man. Big ups to him, man. Always keeping him in my prayers. You know, he's just had a rough go of it the last few years. And the Saints keeping it close with the Raiders. The rookie Travis Gardner still leading his Las Vegas outfit to a 9-2 record. Just 1 incompletion so far in that game as they look to get their 10th win of the year. And man, this offense just continues to not be able to move the ball. Something is going to have to give here in the second half if Arizona wants to make it a 4th straight win over their division rival Seattle Seahawks. But it's not going to start here without a big defensive stand as Geno Smith overthrows his receiver, now 2nd and 10. Geno, here he is dropping back, looking short. This time it's going to be Calvin Austin for a gain of 12 yards left side. Moving the sticks, continuing to keep things going. 1st and 10 here. Geno Smith calling out to his team, making some changes there at the line. Geno gonna look left side. It's Jackson Smith and Jigba again. Jalen Thompson, the first defender to him along the sideline, but not going to be able to bring him down until he gets a gain of 38 yards. Huge play there for Seattle's offense. And they're going to have another one here as in Jigba going to do the rest of it himself. Touchdown, Seattle Seahawks. And that is not the opening drive that you were hoping for if you're Arizona. Already down by 4 in this game and allowing a very quick opening second half touchdown to Seattle. Just not a recipe for success, but they're going to be down 11 points now as they look to take over on offense. As here's Roberts faking the handoff to Ty Davis Price, rolling out, gets past one defender, not able to get around Moan, or is it Monet? I'm not quite sure. The 3rd sack now of the game for this Seattle defense. Going to give it to Davis Price again on the left side on 2nd and 16. Makes a move. Ty Davis Price, a carry of 23 yards down to the 42-yard line. Huge play there on 2nd and 16. Moving the chains, and they're going to keep things on the ground. Davis Price right side this time. Gain of 3 yards down to the 45. And after not much doing on 2nd down, it'll be a 3rd and 6. Going to send Antonio Gibson out wide to the right. Tariq Woolen over there in coverage. Glenn Roberts gets the pass. Pressure in his face. Finds KJ Hamler short. And there's Devon Witherspoon there to bring him down. Going to hurry things back up to the line once again. Glenn Roberts going to hand off to Antonio Gibson, and Gibson fights forward for a gain of 7. He's up to 40 yards now on just 4 carries. And on 2nd and 3, Glenn Roberts, here he is, going to fake the handoff, play action, looking for KJ Hamler, right side, feet down, inbounds, 1st down at the 25-yard line now. Arizona having a good offensive possession here. Antonio Gibson going to get the fake there. Glenn Roberts tries to make a move, doesn't, puts his head down and powers ahead for the 1st down. Again, another risky decision there from him. 1st and 10 now, empty look here, looking for Trey McBride, and he's leveled by Quandre Diggs there. Not able to hold on to the ball, leading to a 2nd and 10. Going to send Antonio Gibson out in motion once more. Roberts, here he is, hikes the ball. Looking, rolling out to his right. Sees a wide open Rashad Bateman, but Tariq Woolen recovers, knocks the ball away, leading to a 3rd and 10. Could have made it a one-score game there if Bateman was able to hold on, but instead it's going to be a 3rd and 10. Now, here we go. Roberts looking quickly. KJ Hamler, not a great decision. Pass batted away, nearly intercepted. Fortunate that it wasn't, but they will settle for the field goal, making it now an 8-point game as Kenneth Walker gets the give going left side. He's up to 50 yards on the game. Now, here we go. 2nd and 7. Geno under center. Lewis Seen sneaking down. DK Metcalf gonna get it. Gets around Cam Thomas. Jalen Thompson with a bad angle, and DK Metcalf is off to the races. And we know how speedy DK Metcalf is. He was never gonna be caught once he made it past that 2nd level. Touchdown Seahawks. DK Metcalf with a 73-yard touchdown run to just add insult to insult. I know it's insult to injury, but just to add insult to insult there, gonna be a 15-point game now as Arizona takes back over. Here's Glenn Roberts rolling out, decides to lob one up there for Trey McBride, and Tariq Woolen there for the interception. Bad decision from Glenn Roberts. We saw something similar last week when he got his pass picked off by David Long looking for Trey McBride, and this time Tariq Woolen, the beneficiary of just an awful throw by Glenn Roberts, giving his offense the ball back once again in very good position to make something happen. So here they are, 1st and 10, down 15 points. Geno gonna find DK Metcalf, and one offensive play after getting a long touchdown run, DK Metcalf now with a 27-yard touchdown catch. His 2nd of the game, 2nd receiving touchdown of the game, 3rd touchdown overall, and they are piling it on here at Lumen Field. Absolutely embarrassing this Arizona defense as things stand. They've now allowed 21 third quarter points, and that's with 3:14 left here in the 3rd. Roberts needing to make something happen, tries to look short for Rashad Bateman, not able to find him. Glenn Roberts, 6 of 21, 119 yards, 2 interceptions so far in this game. Here's Ty Davis-Price getting the give left side. Davis-Price powering through. What a run from Ty Davis-Price. Getting it down to the 35-yard line. Looked like he might have lost 2 or 3 there. Instead, gets 10 and sets up a fresh set of downs, but loses 2 on the next play. And now here, Glenn Roberts going to be swarmed up and able to get the pass off, but nowhere to go. It'll be 3rd and 12 as here's Glenn Roberts looking. A wide open Rashad Bateman, and he misses him again. Y'all, I'm going to go ahead and break the 4th wall for a second. How many times a game does Glenn Roberts overthrow wide open receivers? I know he's not amazing yet with his accuracies, but the amount of times that he has turned a big play, maybe not even a touchdown, but a big play into nothing because he just cannot get the ball on target is infuriating. It is infuriating seeing all of these things happen. And this is even more infuriating as here's DK Metcalf once again. 82 yards to the house. Touchdown Seahawks. And it's now going to be a 29-point game. Arizona's defense not able to make a stand, likely completely demoralized with the way that their offense has performed over the last couple of weeks, and make it now 4 straight weeks where the offense just has not allowed their defense to give up pretty much anything if they wanted to make it a game. But Glenn Roberts going to have to lead his team back out here on this next possession. Dumps it down to Ty Davis-Price for a gain of 8 yards. His 7th completion now of the game. Oh, man. It is rough territory over here. 2nd and 2. Davis Price still in the backfield. He's going to get the give going right side. Has a little bit of a lane, able to get a gain of 9 there down to the 42-yard line. And once again, they're going to hurry things up, but they're going to flip the play around this time around. Here we go with 20 seconds left now in the third quarter. Glenn Roberts hands off. Ty Davis Price outside, not available, cuts it back inside. Just going to be a gain of 2 there. And with 3 seconds left, might not even be able to get this play away. Roberts does, rolls out on the play action, looking for Trey McBride. And I'm not sure who he was looking for, quite honestly, if I hadn't thrown the pass myself. But the end of the third quarter, it is 42-13. Seattle dominating every facet of the game. Now a 3rd and 8, looking to hopefully make something happen here, looking for a first down. Roberts going to look for Rashad Bateman, able to find him on the right side, but tragedy has struck. Glenn Roberts hit hard at the end of that play. Out now. Josh Dobbs steps in. Dobbs, his first throw here. He finds Trey McBride. Touchdown, Arizona Cardinals. Josh Dobbs picking up where he left off last season. Finds the young tight end Trey McBride. Sees a busted coverage there, or what appeared to be a busted coverage. And Trey McBride does the rest. The first touchdown drive of the game for this offense comes courtesy of Josh Dobbs. As here we go, Seattle back with the ball. Kenneth Walker getting it, gain of 5 here. And as you see, this rushing offense has not been great this year, but you wouldn't know it if you were a Arizona fan who had never watched Seattle play this season. As here's Walker again getting the give, able to get past that first down marker, setting them up at the 35-yard line. And we would hear Glenn Roberts, broken ribs would be the situation. He would not return for the remainder of this game. So it'll be Josh Dobbs' show for the second time in 3 weeks to end the game off as Kenneth Walker powers forward for a gain of 9, setting up his team for a 3rd and 2. And the struggles defensively continue with 42 points now allowed in this game. But the offense is not making it easy for them. 3rd and 2. Here he is, Geno Smith working the ball left side, able to find his man Disley. But Will Disley has the ball knocked away, forcing a punt. And Arizona will get the ball back, or they would, if not for a boneheaded roughing the kicker call on Jalen Thompson. We saw it clear as day as the punt was going up, giving them a free 15 yards, and Arizona would march their defense solemnly back onto the field, now at the 42-yard line, representative of the 42 points that they have, as Andrew Stinson brings down Kenneth Walker after a gain of 3. And now here we go. Here's Zach Charbonnet in the backfield. Been a long time since we've seen him have a carry against this team, as he's not going to have much room. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, setting up a 3rd and 7 now. And on 3rd and 7, Geno going to hand off to Kenneth Walker, not going to be able to get anywhere to go. Jalen Thompson in there quickly, and they would line up for a field goal, trying to push this game back to 4 possessions. Here's Jason Myers. Kick is up, trailing left, and no good for Seattle. Arizona continues to have just at least a little bit of life, and they are going to be all over it. As here's Josh Dobbs now in the shotgun. Antonio Gibson alongside him. Dobbs looking deep. Rashad Bateman has Devon Witherspoon in coverage. Devon Witherspoon. And there is a flag down. Personal foul. Well, not personal foul. Pass interference there on Devon Witherspoon, giving the Arizona Cardinals the ball at the 1-yard line. And they're going to be in the I formation. Ty Davis Price diving over the pile. Touchdown, Cardinals. And That's now 2 touchdown drives orchestrated by Josh Dobbs in as many possessions. Uh, of course, thanks heavily due to the pass interference call. But hey, a touchdown is a touchdown. Davis Price gets in for his 4th score of the year, 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And they'd line up to go for 2, trying to make this one back to a 14-point game. Dobbs looking short for KJ Hamler. He's picked off there in the end zone, not going to be able to make anything happen. It's going to be a 16-point game, but it is still just 2 possessions despite the missed 2-point try. Kenneth Walker getting the give right side, nowhere to go, wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Now here we go, 2nd and 10, 2 receivers each side. Kenneth Walker still in the backfield. Geno going to drop back. Geno going to have Kenneth Walker short. Cam Wilhelm able to wrap him up and bring him down before he's able to get to that first down marker. Now 3rd and 1. You see Lewis Seen creeping up. Lewis Seen shooting the gap and bringing down Kenneth Walker before he's able to get the first down, putting the ball back in the hands of his offense and their quarterback, Josh Dobbs. Now 1st and 10, 3:19 remaining in this game. Dobbs looking deep for Rashad Bateman, knocked away by Devon Witherspoon. Wasn't able to get it quite out in front the way he wanted to. Gave him a chance, though. Bateman just not able to haul that one in. Now here we go, 2nd and 10, bunch formation right side. Dobbs looking middle of the field for Trey McBride. He's hit, and Trey McBride now is going to be down with an injury after his 3rd catch of the ball game. He's been a big part of this passing attack, or the part of the passing attack that's actually been able to happen so far. Here we go, Dobbs, 1st and 10, going deep. It's Elijah Higgins, Quandre Diggs there in coverage, but it doesn't matter. Dobbs airing one out for his backup tight end, trusting the speed of his young playmaker, and Higgins pays it off with a catch of 50 yards. We have not seen ball movement like this from Glenn Roberts in nearly a month of games. But Josh Dobbs answers the call. Now 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line, sending Rashad Bateman out wide. Josh Dobbs, here he is, making some more adjustments. Gonna hike the ball from under center. Pressure in his face coming up the middle. Dobbs rolls out. Some defenders in pursuit, but not able to catch him. Josh Dobbs takes it himself for the 11-yard scrambling touchdown. And just like that, Arizona is a 2-point conversion away from this being a 1-score game after being down 29 points early. And with Trey McBride, high injury risk, we would elect to go ahead and keep him out for the remainder of this game as Antonio Gibson tries to dive ahead for the 2-point conversion, and he's not able to haul it in, which means the onside kick team is now out on the field. Tommy Townsend going to try to make something happen here. And here's the kick is away, collected by Jackson Smith and Jigba down to the 36-yard line. So now if you're this defense, you got to get off the field without allowing a touchdown, and preferably as quickly as possible, as a loss of 1 there for Kenneth Walker would mean the first time out here for Arizona. Now on 2nd and 11, going to hand it off. Kenneth Walker again. This time B.J. Ojulari in there quickly. Just a gain of 1 back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 here. Geno going to drop back. Geno has time. Geno running around. Going to be dropped by Cameron Thomas. Loss of 11, pushing them out of field goal range as we head to the 2-minute warning. And it would be Arizona getting the ball back once again here. As here is Josh Dobbs, under 2 minutes to work with now. Those 2-point tries looming large, those failed 2-point tries looming large. Tries to air one out for Elijah Higgins, not able to connect with him there, leading to a 2nd and 10 now. Minute 50 remaining, 2nd and 10. Dobbs takes the snap, looks quickly short for Antonio Gibson, able to get across that first down marker, hurrying things up. Here's Josh Dobbs. He sees something that he likes, trying to make an adjustment at the line. Airs one out deep for Rashad Bateman. Bateman nearly comes down with a spectacular one-handed grab. Not quite able to do so. So it will be a 2nd and 10 now. 2nd and 10. Dobbs looking. KJ Hamler uncovered, overthrows him now. And on 3rd and 10, minute 20 left in the game. Gotta make something happen quickly if you want to get the ball back with a chance to potentially tie things up. But Dobbs' throw would be disrupted due to the pass rush. Finds Quandre Diggs, who picks off Dobbs for the game-sealing interception. The 3rd win of the year for Seattle. Their 1st win of the series against this Arizona team. And it was well done by the Seahawks. New coach Jim Harbaugh, man, definitely doing everything. Did I say Jim? John Harbaugh. Doing everything he could against this Cardinals team, and it was enough. A 10-point win as Seattle walks away with a 42-32 victory. And once again, man, the story has to be just the non-existent offensive movement with Glenn Roberts under center. This is now the 4th straight loss for Arizona. They started out their year 0-2, ended up winning 5 of their next 6 to get to 5-3, and now find themselves looking up at 2 different teams in the NFC West standings. And despite going 0 for 6 on 3rd down, Seattle puts up 42 points. Geno Smith, 343 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. Glenn Roberts, just 8 of 26, 30% completions. Josh Dobbs came in, threw a touchdown, ran another one in, did what he could do, considering the circumstances. And you definitely cannot blame him for the shortcomings in this game. He came in and really dominated his couple of possessions he was able to have. Of course, he did throw the pick to end the game. But, when you're down 2 scores, you have to kind of force some things. As you see Ojulari getting there, 2 tackles for loss. Definitely plenty of sacks in this game for Seattle. Cam Thomas getting in there as well. Greedy Williams getting the only interception for us and taking it back, of course, for a touchdown. As here, center Dalton Murray getting an upgrade, going to go ahead and throw it into the power archetype. Want to go ahead and get that run block up. And as you see, Glenn Roberts with that broken rib injury set to miss 3 weeks. Now, we do have a bye week next week, which means he'll really only miss 1 game. But it'll still be a big one, and we'll be able to see how this offense is able to look as Josh Dobbs gets his grudge match here against Green Bay in the next game that we play. Green Bay, of course, the team that ended Arizona's season in the playoffs last year, especially after the injury to Rashad Bateman. The offense just found it very difficult to move the ball up and down the field. But next week, man, or this week in the bye, we are going to go ahead and just take a look at the current playoff picture. Just go ahead and give an overview of the team up to this point. Going to take a look at some draft prospects and the league as a whole, just to see how things are going as Arizona goes into a reset week before they begin the real meat of their schedule. And man, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate the support, man. Like I said, despite the struggles, I'm still having a very good time with this series overall. Until next time, it's been your boy Mike. Y'all have a great rest of y'all day, and peace.